Hello, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mings, and I realized that I've gained some new subscribers on this channel recently. People who may just have discovered that there is an Advanced Wars competitive scene. If you're one of those, leave a comment in the comment section below and say hi, and let me know how you found my channel. I'm always curious to know. And I realized that, you know, since there are some of you who are new here, who may not have had time to watch a lot of my replay commentaries, you may not know who Grimm Guy is, so it's about time to educate you. Grimm Guy is one of the biggest meme players in the community. He is a very skilled player who only plays Grimm. 114 out of his 114 games are played as Grimm. And he doesn't just play as Grimm, he also takes wins against very strong opponents, playing very strong COs, and it's always fun to watch. In this particular game, he's playing against Matyas. He's a player that I think I've casted a replay of before. I know his name. He's a very skilled player, 1355 MMR, loves playing Max, Jake, and Sami. He also loves picking Hawk. And they're going to be playing on this map right here called the Other Blockchain, which is a map that I despise. I cannot for the life of me figure out how to play this map. So I'm actually making this video a little bit for my own sake as well. You know, when I do replay commentaries on maps, it always helps me play them personally. So a little bit of a selfish reason here, but hey, I figured not all of you know who Grimm Guy is. You deserve to see a Grimm Guy game. And the people who know who Grimm Guy is, I don't think you're going to complain about seeing another Grimm Guy game. So here you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, enough introductions. Let's just jump into the not so fast actually. Let's actually show the CO dossiers first, because so here's the thing. Hawk is a 4-tier CO advantage over Grimm. He has a 4-tier CO advantage over Grimm. So he is a tier 1 CO, Grimm is a tier 4 CO. So already there's a huge power gap. That is akin to almost playing like a pro level player playing a noob. And this is what makes Grimm Guy so entertaining to watch, is the fact that he's able to play these amazing games and take wins even against these insane COs, which Grimm really ought to have no business winning against. Because if you really look at, like, if you compare their dossiers, Grimm has a bad day today, and his powers are okay, but that lack of defense that he gets, minus 20% defense, is such a bad penalty. And yet, he's up against Hawk, which has day-to-day firepower, which means that he deals even more damage against Grimm, and then to add insult to injury, he comes in with that global damage, which just, Grimm hates that. Grimm really doesn't like global damage because his already weak units get even weaker on the defense. It makes it very hard for him to form walls. It's just incredibly difficult. And yeah, this isn't a matchup that Grimm should win, but this is Grimm Guy. He doesn't really play by the rules. So yeah, we're going to be jumping into this replay right here. Matyas in the black trunks over on the right-hand side here. Grimm Guy in the yellow trunks over on the left side right here. On this map, you start with these pre-deployed black boats, which you can use to transport your infantry across the rivers. And I can never really decide on whether or not you should rush the airport or not. Here we can see that Matyas actually does rush the airport. We'll see if Grimm Guy... No, Grimm Guy does not. So I don't think there's like a consensus on what is the best opener, whether you want to go for the airport first or whether or not you want to use this black boat to like grab one of these properties over here. So we have two players doing the different things right now. There's also this neutral base right here that you should capture as soon as you're able to. And these mountains, I have messed up so many times building a tank on this base, only to realize that there is no way to get over here. Like, you build a tank here and you go, oh, I'm gonna go and reinforce. Ah, shit. So only infantry can move over here. And this base right here is very isolated. It's a weak base, and it can very quickly come under attack, especially considering there's an airport here. So this map is just very complicated. Also, like, somewhat exposed HQs, although I haven't seen many HQ caps on this map. They look to be in the center, but they're not as weak as you might think, because there's lots of terrain around here that you can use to defend. One thing you gotta be careful about with these black boats is that they are very apt to run out of fuel. So you want to try and get this harbor at some point so you can refuel them. You want to keep that black boat in play for as long as possible. If it sinks, then you're gonna have a disadvantage, because again, these black boats are so important. As you can see, they allow you to ferry infantry into the front and also on the sides, and also like in the north and in the south. So this black boat is just incredibly useful. In fact, I really do like maps with pre-deployed black boats for the most part. We also have comm towers here, which I forgot to mention, and that's important because I would say Grimm Guy doesn't necessarily like comm towers. There are some times he likes them. It allows him to do certain things like one-shot units. But generally speaking, I always found that Grimm is probably better on maps without comm towers, because then he enjoys his firepower advantage more over his opponent. Because he has that 30%, they can get stuck at 0. So, I might be wrong though. So, Grimm guy, I haven't really been commenting much on their openers. Matthias opening artillery, that's normally a unit that Grimm guy builds. So, the thing about Grimm guy that I want you guys to understand is that you may think that a Grimm player is like reckless and very aggressive, but that's actually not what Grimm guy does. Grimm guy is an insanely patient player. Very patient. He almost never overextends, and he usually like just slowly inches towards his opponents. But the thing about Grimm guy is that he will wait until the situation is right, and then he'll deliver the sucker punch with his powers, and he'll just wipe out his opponent. So he's kind of like a snake, you know, it's like a cobra. So just he stays still and then wah, attacks. And it's very fascinating to watch. And it always astounds me the amount of damage that Grimm can dish out as a CO. Like, his firepower just goes to levels that should not be possible by a tier 4 CO. So, day 6 rolls in right here. Both players still in their capture phase. Grimm guy rolling out with his first tank, builds a second tank. I'm actually surprised that Matthias is the one with the artillery. Grimm guy loves building artillery early on. In fact, there was a time when people speculated that Grimm guy might be Inkugark because of his love of artillery, but spoiler alert, I actually know who Grimm guy is. I figured it out and I DM'd him and he was like, yep, you're right. So I actually know who he is. I'm not going to say it though. Not unless he wants me to. So I want to keep the secret, but I actually know his main account now, just so you guys are aware. When I figured out who it was kind of obvious, I guess. It was like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. So I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to accidentally spoil who it is, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to change the topic right now. Grimm guy now has 3 tanks on the field. Matthias is moving out with the artillery. I do generally think that artillery are not amazing against Grimm, because if there's one thing that keeps your artillery safe, it is walls. And what does Grimm specialize in? He punches through walls. So he doesn't have movement, but he punches through walls, which makes it harder to guard the artillery. So generally speaking, against Grimm, I think it's better to just build direct combat units and like battlecopters. And that's another unit that is amazing for Grimm, by the way. Speaking of battlecopters, Matthias builds a battlecopter right now. Grimm his battlecopters are so insane. Like, let me just show you some damage calculations right here. If we bring up here, and maybe like we go here, we change this to a battlecopter, maybe put this on a road. Look at the damage here. This is without com towers, by the way. We add in a com tower, maybe a small power. It's a one-shot. I mean, the amount of damage that Grimm guy deals with his battlecopters is absolutely insane. And what's so cool about that is that, like, vehicles don't deal... You can see the defense doesn't matter here because the damage dealt back is so low. So here you can see, like, Grimm battlecopters are almost like mini bombers for other COs. You know, like, it's absolutely crazy. If we do this, you know, 90 damage, and a Grimm battlecopter is like 50 damage. So, I mean, obviously the bomber is a lot better. Why can't I find Grimm here? There you go. Obviously, you know, the battlecopter is nowhere near as good as a bomber, but it's still impressive. It's still very impressive. Like, the damage that Grimm's units deal, it can really take you off guard if you don't know what you're doing. So once again, using that black boat to get a bunch of units over the front line. So Grimm guy is doing pretty well so far. But again, just that patient play. He never really overextends, and you can't really overextend as Grimm. Battlecopter comes in from Matthias, picks up the infantry. Grimm guy actually sacks an infantry to delay the com tower, which is a bit surprising. I don't really know why he would do that. I guess to delay the capture, slow down the infantry? I'm not really sure. Maybe to keep the battlecopter in place? I'm not sure. And Matthias needs to be careful right now because this black boat is running out of fuel. Luckily, he just captured the harbor. So he's able to, so he's going to be able to refuel that. I don't know why the day counter is broken. It's kind of weird. What day were we on? Day 8? Day 9? Yeah, there we go. Don't really know why that happened. I just noticed the day counter was stuck at 1. So, maybe a little bit of a bug with the replay. Let me just see if it fixes itself now. There you go. Now it's fixed. All right, day 10. Sorry about that. Professional YouTuber right here, ladies and gentlemen. So Battlecopter comes in again from Matthias. Very hard to get... Oh, wow. He actually just moves straight into the Anti-Air. This forest makes it very hard for Anti-Air to do anything. This pipe seam right here, too, is kind of blocking off. So the air units have a... It's hard to lock down this airport with an Anti-Air. Ow. Matthias just going for it. He's not having it. He's just attacking. He's just sacking a Battlecopter to go and attack Grimm guy. That's interesting. Builds a tank and a bunch of infantry and another Battlecopter. So 3 Battlecopters right here. Let's see what Grimm guy decides to do. He takes out the Battlecopter. But still just playing it very safe. Moving his units forward, but not taking a lot of engagements. Just being patient for the time being. They're both equal in properties. So there really is no rush to move out. Matthias now gets a nice shot on, like, look at that. That's so bad. Like, the Grimm tanks, when you attack them first, they just melt. Especially with Hawk's extra firepower. Matthias is building up a very powerful attack with this artillery right here. Very hard for Grimm to bust through here, but I have a feeling Grimm guy might find a way to do it, regardless. That Knuckle Duster is coming closer, and that's so much firepower. And that's exactly it. Grimm guy's moving in. He's smelling blood, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Look at that. Anti-Air kills off the tank. And yeah, he's not going to let Matthias get all these properties. And one thing I'm noticing in the Grimm guy games is that he's so good at just keeping his opponent locked into a brawl when it happened. And because of his extra firepower, those brawls are just very hard to get out of. So day 12 rolls in. Black Wave is almost ready. Knuckle Duster is charged up, so Matthias needs to be very careful now. He continues to take engagements under Grimm guy's Anti-Air. He's not able to dislodge that thing just yet. But he takes out a Battlecopter from Grimm guy. And he continues to take some engagements in the north right here. Brings in the Black Boat. That Black Boat is a very good waller. Very hard to bust through that. Day 12 rolls in. Oh boy. You see, are we going to see a Haymaker? Are we going to see a Haymaker? Oh, he's almost got it. Are we going to see it? No, he pops the Knuckle Duster. Just get some power charge first. Here we go. Oh my god. Look at the damage output from Grimm right now. Oh, and I think that's going to be a one-shot too. Yup, that's a one-shot. And remember what I said about that artillery. Oh, it's another one-shot, and he gets the Anti-Air as well, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh! Even gets the base lock attack right here, blocking in this tank. Oh my goodness, the firepower of Grimm is just a joy to behold. Of course, Grimm guy knows what's coming next. Day 13 rolls in. We're gonna see a Black Storm right here. He's gonna take some engagements first to get the maximum out of the healing, I think. There we go. Boom! 2 HP damage, 2 HP heal. Very strong power. And let's see, Matthias now gonna come with the counterattack. He needs to build an Anti-Air here, I think, if he wants to have any chance. So he's kind of dominating Grimm guy in the south right here, but he's losing in the north. Day 13 rolls in. So now Hawk has popped his power. It's going to be a while until we see the second one. So Grimm guy, he really needs to keep up the aggression now. He cannot let this go to a stall. But almost said Com Tower. HQ exposed, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, medium tank? I don't think that's a good idea because that happens. And now that medium tank is complete. Oh, that's a big mistake from Matthias. Building that medium tank right here. Yeah, the Grimm Battlecopters are going to have no problems bursting that thing down. And now he's even attacking the Black Boat just for good measure. There's no Anti-Air in this area right now. These Battlecopters are going to have a field day. Just eating infantry up without no consequences. This is insane. Absolutely crazy. Even has the power available next turn if he wants it. Day 14 rolls in. And now Matthias needs to make something happen. He needs to kill this Anti-Air, first and foremost. He takes a shot at it, but it's not enough. It's on a city, so it's going to repair up to 5 HP next turn. It can still take out a Battlecopter easily. In fact, I am pretty sure that a 5 HP Anti-Air from Grimm still one-shots a Battlecopter? almost with the power it does, actually. So, yeah, that anti-air is every bit as potent. But Matthias needs to be careful right now. His HQ is wide open. Day 14 rolls in. Are we going to see another knuckle? Oh, he goes for the cap, and he pops his knuckle duster. Oh my god, wait. I think he can do something here. He takes out the infantry? Oh! Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, is it a cheeky H? Oh! 2 HP infantry. No, if I was Grimm guy right now, I would not take any further engagements. You don't want to give Hawk a blind. Delete your units. To pull a Daegis and like delete every single one of your units. Wow. So I do believe, if we take a look at the damage count, is it possible to interrupt this with a luck roll? I actually don't know if it is. It is, actually. Wow, 9 to 10. 9 to 10, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. Because if you roll 9, it's not enough. Oh, wow. It's a coin flip whether or not Matthias will be able to interrupt the HQ cab. He doesn't even take... I mean, okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Fine. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see if he would... I mean, to be fair, even if he had managed to do the coin flip, it probably wouldn't have mattered. I still wanted to see it, though. But yeah, I mean, just another masterclass in Grimm guy playing Grimm. Just exploiting his firepower, seeing the HQ being open, going for it immediately. Absolutely amazing. We gotta watch like a Grimm guy game at least once a month, don't you guys think? It should be like a tradition on this channel. Because he's still out there, still kicking butt, still taking names. But yeah, leave a like and a comment, and let me know if you're a new subscriber. I'd love to hear how you found my channel. My name is Manx. I'll see you guys next time. Skiboosh.